An expert lip reader has revealed what the royal family were chatting about during the King's birthday celebrations, also known as the Trooping the Colour ceremonies, on the 15th of June. So this professional lip reader, she's called Nicola Hickling, she spoke to the Mirror and she went through and analysed all the different footage of Trooping the Colour, of all the different royal family members that were there, and just had a look and saw what she could pick out from the footage. So one of the first things initially that she spoke to the Mirror about, one of the most major things, was that during the carriage ride from Buckingham Palace and during Trooping the Colour, where King Charles and Queen Camilla, of course King Charles because of his ongoing cancer treatment, he chose to stay in the carriage this year rather than travelling on horseback as he did last year. The lip reader pointed out that King Charles was spotted telling Queen Camilla mid this carriage ride, quote, "Oh dear, I don't know why I'm feeling rather tearful." So it's very clear that King Charles was in quite an emotional state during this time. You know, it's one of his most major royal appearances through the entire year, and it was absolutely amazing that he could make it despite his ongoing cancer treatment, and then to have such a positive reaction from the crowds going along the Mall, and to have such love and affection coming his way, and then also to see the devotion of the soldiers that were taking part in the ceremony as well. There's lots of pictures of him saluting as he's going along in the carriage, and that was lovely to see. So it is completely understandable that the king would get rather emotional during this time. Meanwhile, Catherine, the Princess of Wales, had several cute moments, especially with her children up on the Buckingham Palace balcony. Catherine, of course, being another huge appearance at the ceremony. This was announced very late on the Friday beforehand, that Catherine would actually be able to make it to the ceremony. She had put out a post and a new photo with a statement saying that she would appear, and also that her cancer recovery was going well, but she was not out of the woods yet, and had still got to undergo some more treatment before she kind of returns fully to public duties. She did mention that she might make it to a few appearances over the summer, but there was nothing confirmed, and it was just a complete blessing that she was able to make it to Trooping the Colour, and it was clear that it was quite an effort for her to make it, but she looked amazing and she did so well and was very brave to make it to the ceremonies, so that was great to see. And the lip reader pointed out several moments with her children that they could pick out from the footage. So one of them, she says, up on the balcony, she says to Louis, she turns to Prince Louis and says, "You stay there, okay," and then added to Prince Charlotte, "Keep smiling and stay here for one moment." And I think this is during some military processions. Yes, the kids are staying there and watching those. Charlotte then told a dancing Prince Louis a bit later on, quote, "You have to stop doing that, watch the parade," to which he then replied, "I won't." So she said, "Do as you're told," and he replied, "Nope." So Prince Louis, being the rascal we know him to be, he had several more iconic moments again up on the balcony, as he always does, and also during the fly past of the RAF displays and the red arrows, of course. He has some funny moments there as well, and there's some great footage floating around. I'm sure you can find it if you search it up. Also, Prince Louis apparently asked Catherine, "Can I play with these beads?" And Catherine replies flat out, "No, I need you to concentrate on the parade," which is perfectly fair. She needs to be disciplined towards Prince Louis during these times. She also asked him, "Do you like that?" regarding the fly past that I just mentioned, and he replied, "That was so much fun." So far some lovely interactions with King Charles in the carriage, and then Catherine interacting with Prince Louis and Princess Charlotte. And now, speaking to the Daily Mail, we have a different lip reader giving some more comments as well. So one of them that they revealed was a lovely remark Prince George made to Catherine, the Princess of Wales, during the Trooping the Colour procession. And at some points, Prince George looked a bit bewildered as he rode along in the carriage with his mother and Charlotte and Louis as they watched the assembled crowds of thousands of fans lining along the Mall to see the procession in person. And they said that George said to his mother, they all look so happy about the onlookers who had gathered to wish King Charles a happy birthday. And of course, a lot of the reason that they might have been happy looking at the carriage that Prince George was in was that it was also the carriage that Catherine was in, and people went absolutely crazy when this carriage came down the Mall. There is lots of footage on the BBC and other places that streamed the events on YouTube that just show the absolute massive cheers that come from the crowd when they realise that this is the carriage that Catherine Catherine is in. She's returned for this royal duty. She is looking good and she is seeming well as well. So that was really nice to see, and part of the reason that people were so happy to be looking at that particular carriage. Of course, we know that this was the Princess of Wales's first public appearance in months, as she has been receiving that treatment for cancer, and also her first since Christmas to actually appear in public officially at a royal event. And it also meant that the three children could have a bit more of an enjoyable time, because it meant that they didn't have to travel in a carriage on their own without an adult. So Prince William was of course on horseback with Princess Anne and Prince Edward, and they would have had to go on their own in a separate carriage if not for Catherine attending the events. The Duke of Edinburgh, his wife Duchess Sophie, and their daughter Lady Louise Windsor were in a carriage of their own, an Ascot carriage I think it was, so it was nice that Catherine could accompany her children in their own one as well. The lip reader that was speaking to the Daily Mail also pointed out some different interactions that Catherine had with Prince Louis on the balcony at Horse Guards Parade. In another exchange, Prince Louis was seen playing with a curtain as he asked his mother, "Do you know how they make these, Ma?" And this was presumably the same interaction, or very near to the time of the interaction of the other lip reader, where Prince Louis asks if he can play with the beads. This is to do with the curtain. Now, the Daily Mail's lip reader didn't remark on Catherine's response to Prince Louis saying that, how they make the drawstrings from the curtains, but seemingly if it's the same interaction about the beads, playing with the beads, then Catherine might have had a similar interaction to say, you know, put that down, Louis, leave it alone for now and concentrate on the parade, as he seemingly gets quite easily distracted. This other lip reader, though, also revealed that the king had some other remarks when he was travelling in the carriage that she spotted speaking to Queen Camilla. She said that King Charles seemed enamoured by the event, as he remarked, quote, "Look at this, wonderful, so colourful," as he rode in the carriage with Queen Camilla down the Mall, looking at all of the parades going on around him, and indeed ahead of him, and speaking to Queen Camilla about how wonderful the event was going. Prince William, of course, was taking part in horseback, as I mentioned before, while his children appeared in the carriage with Catherine, and while we don't have any more lip readings of any more specific interactions apart from those that I mentioned about Catherine and her children in the carriage, it's safe to say that she made it the best day possible for them. So let me know what you think of all of these lip readings. Did you spot any in particular that you pointed out to friends and family as you were watching? Did you manage to pick out anything that the lip readers, professional ones, pointed out as well? What do you think of Princess Catherine attending the event? She was amazing to see and almost matched her outfit with Princess Charlotte as well. They kind of had inverse colours there, and it looked really nice, and she kind of had this nautical theme going on. I really did enjoy her outfit, and it did seem like she was re-wearing one, slightly altered, that she did wear to a Buckingham Palace event back in 2023, so it's nice to see that she continues to recycle outfits and make them good again. And Queen Camilla does this as well, Princess Anne does this as well, so they are very good at recycling their outfits and making sure they are sustainable. She was also re-wearing some pearl earrings, I believe, that she had on, so that was lovely to see as well. But get your comments in down below, I'll read them all. What did you think of the event? What do you think of Catherine's appearance at the event? Did you watch it live? Managed to catch most of it on TV, and did you go in person? I remember going back in 2022 for the Queen's Platinum Jubilee celebrations. Trooping the Colour was absolutely wonderful, and it was a splendid day. This time it was a little bit more dreary, but luckily the king was in his carriage and not getting completely soaked on horseback. So yes, do let me know down below. Let me know what you thought of this video. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed. Join my Patreon for free. You can join that and vote on royal polls that are in there. I also now have memberships for my channel as well. That's quite cheap if you want to get some extra perks. I think it's $2.99 a month, and you help support me in that as well. But of course, none of that's required. You just watching this to the end is amazing. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, I will see you in the next video.